It is a windy day, but a lot of you folks have inquired about this thing, and well, why not see if we can get her to go. I'm sure it'll run. It's been a long time, but let's see if we can get this Jeep going. I don't know how many, it was quite a few years ago. I did have it going, and hopefully it's not stuck. But you still got the original motor. Not sure. I'm hoping no water got in there. Not that that was much of a deterrent. But let's dig this sucker out and see if we can make a little yard mule out of it. Be a cool little cruiser. Well, for farting around the yard anyways. Anyways, enough yakking. Let's move a couple things and pop that sucker out. Okay, well, there it is. So it is an actual Willys. I know a lot of people really dig these things. So it is an actual Willys. I couldn't tell you anything beyond that. In its previous life, it did have this PTO winch up in the front. So I know that much. I had a buddy that was going to do some, was going to fix it up or do something. So he had put new tires on it, or newer tires. And I think that's the original wheels. I don't know. But that's as far as I got. Kind of sad here. This used to be like our neighbor's Jeep, to which I guess most of its life used to be local to us. I've never seen it driving. The neighbor and I, when we were like yay big, managed to get it running. Had no brakes. We were boogieing up and down the road till we got into a lot of trouble. So it got parked in the shed again. Years ago I got it running again, but I never tried to drive it or do anything because the brake and the clutch were seized solid. So I think my plan is to see if I can get this thing running again, see if I can get it to drive, I wouldn't mind making it like stop, sort of, just to use it at the farm for checking the fields and just running around that way. It'd be kind of cool, I think. Man, eh? No. She's beat up, but it does work. I think in its life, it used to have some doors and a top, but it was like a wooden top or something. That's the stories I've heard. I don't know. I've never seen this thing driving myself. Wow. I mean, I've never seen the neighbor driving it. Let's put it that way. But yeah, that's what it is. I don't know the year of it or nothing. I guess you could look at the plaque if I can find it. It might tell a fella or something. Yeah, I think the neighbor and I, we had put a roll bar in it, and I think that's what got us in trouble. You know, kids being kids. Yeah, I don't know where the plaque is on these things. But boy, eh, just a baby motor. Now I know, like I say, I had taken the carburetor off, and I think I had one that was kind of junky. Well, it's sitting in here, so it's clearly no good. But it definitely looked like it's the old Chevy carbs. So this might be way too big for it, but it's kind of like this style is what it looks like. Now if that just works, I don't know, because that's down here and I don't know how to make that throttle linkage work and stuff, but this does bolt onto the base. Now this is probably way too big of a carb. I wonder about the other ones, if they're the similar. These are Dodge. Some of the older Chevy ones, nah, they still swivel at the bottom too. So I'm not sure what to do there, but we'll figure something out. I think first thing though is to see if this thing's still loose. Like the hood's always been closed on it, so I'm kind of imagining it should be good, but hey, what do I know? And once again, we hunt for a dipstick. It wouldn't be that this doubles, is it, eh? Nope. Dipstick, dipstick, dipstick. Yeah, I'm not talking to myself, or about myself. Oh, why is this so hard for me? It goes up and around, that's oiling. Alright, let me hunt for this and then I'll bring you guys back. Because clearly I'm not smart enough to figure out where a dipstick is. I clearly can't find it. But I'm kind of thinking this thing looks like it was broken and there may have been something on there at one point in its life. Which means I have no way of knowing accurately how much oil's in this thing. But when I look down them hole, like there's oil in it. I don't know how much, but there is oil. So we're okay there. I'll have to drop it if we can get her going to see what figure a way of measurement for that. I noticed she's probably had a hard life because I kind of noticed this. So before I lift it up, I'm going to clamp this thing up and then I'll proceed to weld that after. But anyways, let's see. Let's see if she turns over. I'm going to clamp that, I'll jack it up, and we'll put a bar on the motor and see. Pretty sure she's all in neutral here. Well, it did, because I rolled it back, so. Alright. Let's find out. Alright, I got some confidence this is going to work. Oh yeah. Oh, that is easy, easy. Look at that. Oh, it ran before, so she should work again. Yeah. I guess let's have a look underneath here. Well, there we go. Aren't these things so wild? Look at that. Center steer. Cool. Baby diff. Cool. Like full skid plate everywhere. I think the clutch works. No, that's the brake. I think everything's stuck. I don't think anything works on here. Alright. We'll have to work on all that. So I guess that's where the PTO winch was, because here's the out on it. Oh, let me get a better look here. There's the winch. We got our drum brake. No idea about any of this stuff on here, but it looks pretty cool. So I guess there's our clutch rod. I should spray everything and see if it goes. Yeah. Should see what we're able to get and not work on this thing. Like, what are the chances? There's no way that master cylinder is going to be any dang good. I wonder if I have one like that. It's kind of bananas if I would, eh? There you go. I mean, she's kind of crunchy underneath, but what Jeep isn't? This is probably in good shape, actually, compared to some. Gonna need a exhaust, some muffler. I don't know how far I'm taking this one, but I do want it to drive around and be kind of usable and reliable. So, oh, that's not stuck. The old e-brake. That works. So at least like a feller would have some brakes, I guess. Alright. Well, we know the motor turns. So we got to dig up, see if that other carburetor works, and see what else I need upstairs there. I doubt the fuel system's any good, so we're going to have to do the old jerry can fuel tank. But I got a bunch of them, so that's okay. Alright, anyways, let's drop that thing. Alright, well, I have a carburetor, but I don't have a gasket for it. So I'm arming up. I'm going to go to the back of the barn there. I got a 53 Chevy sitting there that I can probably rob some parts off of, so let's do that. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Looks not bad from the outside, eh? Just kind of wrecked a bit though. It's a 4-door. Something fell on the roof. Motor stuck. But it's got all the bits I need. So let's have at her. Figure this out. I didn't bring a screwdriver. Should have done that. Well, that's a bummer. I could have swore that was the same. Guess not. Look at that. She's a much smaller than that. Oh well. On the carb wall it goes. Da, 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 da. I guess I'm making a gasket. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Clean that up. We'll spray some splits on it of some kind. That clearly isn't going to come out of this can. Alright. Let me find something else to spray on it then. Too much paint is good. Mint. Little brake clean, you know. Alright, so we got that cut out. That should work not too bad. Yuppers. Got us a gasket. I have no idea how good this carb is, but I guess we'll find out, right? Oh, not a good sign. That'll work. Alright, we have a carburetor. I'm going to have to plug that vacuum line because it doesn't look like this distributor has anything. And we got a spring on there, but no throttle because we got to figure out how to make all of that work with this, which it doesn't want to. Let alone run a fuel line and yada yada yada. Check out that alternator. Holy. That is zany. That'll need some attention, but let's start with the points. We know that game, so I'm going to grab a battery and slam it in here, hot wire the coil, and I should be able to just jump the starter and see what we got. See if we get spark. That never happens, but we'll find out, right? Alrighty, let's see first if she'll just turn over. We know the motor's loose. My battery sounds kind of tired. I'll get some jumpers on here. Alright. Jump. Jump. Negatory. This one's actually nice to file. Yeah, it's sparking up there. Minty mint mint. All right, we'll hit her with the old chainsaw mix here. Might be a lot of fuel for that little girl. Anyway, see what happens here. Think it needs more? I don't. I think it's flooded. Ouch. All right, I need a new battery. That's what I need. All right, we'll move you over. See if we can see spark out of that little doodad. Oh. Cool. Come on, little hot rod. Well, look at that. Doesn't even smoke or nothing. Kind of a feeling the fuel pump isn't going to work. We're going to have to electric it. And I think I got to work on that alternator. Alright, I don't know if I have any coolant in there, so let's shut her down. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty good. We can shut this off. Minty. Well, we got to figure out how to throttle that. This is probably my easiest Willys start ever. I didn't even tear the motor down. How awesome is that? So, let's look at the nitty-gritties here. What do we got? We got no brakes. We got some cool hubcaps. We got a seat. A fuel tank that is probably no good. A rail for my seat. Alright. Let's see the pedal situation. Hard as a rock. Hard as a rock. What do we deal with first? We don't have a gas pedal. We got to do that. Can we add more to this monkey system here to work? Or do I just put a cable? I think I'll put a different throttle in it. Is there actually coolant in it? Negative. So let's do that. I'm going to put some coolant in it. And then, oh yeah, it doesn't have a key. So I'm going to have to figure out that ignition system so I can put a key in it. There's some wires hanging, so I'm kind of taking for granted that some of this stuff goes to a key. I don't know. I'm guessing the key was over there. So yeah, let's have a look-see at that, and then we'll try to figure stuff out after that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I never actually looked at the carb that was sitting on the floor over there. Look at this beauty. I guess this, well, I don't know what deal is, but look at this. It's basically Jimmy rigged up this whole throttle linkage thing. That is ghetto, but awesome. So, maybe this setup works? I don't know. I'm gonna try to Jimmy rig this onto my carburetor and see if we got a gas pedal. Let's go for a small win here. So we got antifreeze in there. Cool. Somebody actually had the drains, so they actually drained the block, which made a mess on the floor, but I'm okay with that. It means there's nothing leaking out of there. This alternator is still like a definite issue. I'll have to look at that in a bit. Once we get this thing actually like mobile, that'll become an important thing. Let me weld that. This is fine for now. All right. Well, the clutch pedal and the brake don't work. Brake is probably because the master is junk. But I'm gonna see if I can heat up and see if I can get the clutch pedal to move, because it's clearly like stuck. And then I just moved this thing. This is the e-brake. I think that bolts on down here somewhere. I don't know if that thing works. I'll have to look into that. It might be our means of brakes for right now. Let's put a bolt in there and I'll find out. Okay, so we've just sprayed the cable down. I'm gonna lift it up, spray some more, see if I can get that cable loose. And then I'm gonna start heating up that clutch rod and see if I can get it to pivot. So what I'm guessing is there's here, you're supposed to be able to put grease in here, which I haven't tried because it probably is not going to work. And then over on the far side is my brake, which that could be stuck just because the master's kind of junky. So, how does this thing go? Oh, I don't know if this cable works. It looks like it's just stretching itself. I don't know if that e-brake is actually working. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna get the torch. This, I have to heat this part here into the frame rail, and then hopefully I can get this pedal to work. Just noticed something. It's probably a reason why a lot of the brakes aren't working here. Oh, look at this. Look at all this joy. So I'm guessing it had bad front brakes. I don't know why, but I'm guessing there's something going on there. Oh well. First things first. Let's get a clutch working. Ooh, look at that.
Squirrel!
Man, eh? Just how do you call that thing? I got a real attention problem. Check out the way that thing is mounted. That is stinking glorious. Holy, that's awesome. Neat-o. I think we can fix that if we just put a long bolt all the way through. For the little bit of commuting this thing's gonna do. Yeah, look at that, eh? They just slit in the middle. That is awesome. Good job. That's great. Okay, anyways. Okay, sidetrack. Back to the clutch. All right, well that wasn't too bad. Basically I had to heat this up, but it actually pivots through the brake pedal. So I had to free that up. But I wasn't sure what was hanging up, so I pulled the rod off. Like, it's quite the mechanism here. See if you can see this. See, that pedal goes back to here, which goes to this, which then pushes into the clutch. So it's quite, there's a lot of junk to go wrong. So at this point, I'm not 100% if, I gotta get that back in there. But at this point, I'm not 100% if it's still stuck in the clutch or what, but I'm gonna hook that back up and see if we got a clutch pedal. Let's test our clutch. It sort of feels like it works. All I'm gonna do is, I don't have a fuel system hooked up yet, so we basically just flood this thing and run it off the bowl. Yeah, this all needs to be adjusted and cleaned much better. But anywho, I need my key right now. Oh. That'll work. My starter mech. Oh man, like all my batteries suck. As Morsky says, I need a battery sponsor. Alright. Will this give it enough zoop? Alright, sound boost. We'll have to work on that idle. Awesome. Gonna have to figure out the sticks. I don't know which does what. That must be like high and low maybe, and this is 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, I think. And then that's PTO, I know that. Neato. Alright. I gotta get a key in there, and then we're gonna take it for a first little drive. Or I wanna try to. Actually, I gotta rig up a fuel system yet. I really doubt this tank is any good. What do I know though? It's only been probably full of farm fuel all of its life. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, it's pretty gloomy down there. I don't see nothing. I see as much as you folks see. Oh, no. No, that doesn't look good. Okay, we're opting for my boat tank. We're gonna do that. And then somehow Jimmy rigged this seat in there, I guess. And then we can at least see if it moves around under its own power okay. After that, we're gonna try to get some brakes on it. That would be mighty fine. Then I could drive it around the yard. This might replace my side-by-side. Alright, we doing some monkeying around. I've got the alternator lined up. Not really, but it's not wobbling, so for now, I'm gonna have to build a new bracket, but I might have a generator I'll just put back on, I don't know. Anyways, you can see that is, it doesn't do this anymore. It's straight, but crooked. So, yeah, take it for what it is. But for my little bit of toying around, it should be okay for now. So this rigmarole throttle cable thing worked out fine. I don't know, it's like really Jimmy rigged, but it works. We have this really good and safe fuel system done, so that's a win. We should have everything working here. We'll take you into the luxurious interior. We have our seat mounted. Yeah, sitting there. I have my ignition, to which runs my awesome fuel system, which runs there and safely beside the motor there. Then I got my start button. Anybody that noticed this, and I didn't, you can make fun of me, because now I know what everything does. But anyways, we got ignition, fuel, oh, look how true that runs. Yeah, it's a little rough, but she's okay. Probably runs about as good as she did in the day. Let's take some of these extra parts off of here. Oh, look at that. My carb bolts. Cool. Okay, let's fill that tire and see if she can move around the farm here a little bit on her own with no brakes. We've done that before, it's not a problem. Sounds like quite the cam, eh? Well, that felt pretty good. I didn't really go past first gear and just putted her around, but hey, yeah, next time you can come. Yeah. So, I guess you're noticing it sounded like it was running like crap. I'm wondering if, I I checked depression. It's got 120 pounds, like 125, like all in that range running across. So she's healthy. But the front two plugs are like really wet. So I'm almost wondering that the thing's only running on 2 cylinders maybe. So I'm basically gonna pop plug out. I'm gonna go get some new plugs tomorrow. I guess what I'm gonna do now is I want to jack it up. I want to get that master cylinder off because it'd be kind of cool to get some brakes, and then we can take this for a really nice drive. Although I don't think I can fit a piece of glass in here. She's pretty bent, really bent. So it kind of sucks. I might just sledgehammer that thing just to get it square, but I don't know. Everything's been pretty rough on this thing. Be nice to put one on, but it doesn't really need it. Maybe in the fall, I guess. Not that it has a heater anyways either, but whatever. Minor details. I guess I can just put a piece of plexi if they weren't so expensive now with everything going on. But anyways, back to where I started. Gonna lift it up and pull that master cylinder out. I'm gonna check in my shed quick. For some reason, I think I have one off a 50s Chevy pickup. So if I do have one there, that'd be a mint, because I think it looks so much the same as the one on this Jeep. So let's stab that off, grab the other one, and then maybe I'm gonna pull all wheels too and just see what's broken in there and what we could maybe reuse, what we can get brakes, what doesn't have brakes. Alright, well, it's late. This is probably as far as I'm gonna get. This one's got not very much shoe left on it. It's kind of usable, but the other side's like screwed. There is no pads left on it. So we could run 3 wheels. It's plenty. The fronts are like super nice. So essentially there is these set screws, which is great. It held the drum on. I guess it centers it. But they always get stuck around the edge. So I just heated up the edge. And I was going around the flange. I wasn't sure if it was, and I think it was, like kind of holding a pretty tight fit up on top. So that's kind of what I was doing, then banging on, knocking off. I mean, hindsight, probably would have been faster to just take everything off. Yeah, well, no big deal. No biggie. I probably have to anyways to repack it. So I pretty much wasted all this time. Yeah, well, not a big deal. Basically, this thing is, I'm going to see if I can get the front brakes working. The objective of this thing is just to be like a yard mule and just run to the fields and stuff like that. So this is like, this thing's never going to go back on the road. So we're, yeah, the other one needs a bit of grease in there. This one though, the shoes, everything look good. If I can get the front ones working, I'd be happy with just front brakes, because I still have the emergency brake if I needed, once I adjust it. But there's the one wheel cylinder. I don't know if this master's going to be buildable. I'm kind of thinking these are all going to be rebuildable. Like I do have cups. Rock Auto actually does have the parts. Like I can buy them. Like they have a master. The wheel cylinders are kind of expensive. I don't know why. And I guess I could throw shoes in the back. Now that the drums come off, maybe I'll just order a set. Why not, right? It can at least stop. It won't go very fast, but it'll stop when I want to stop. So anyway, that's as far as I'm going to get tonight. I think tomorrow I'm going to pop the wheel cylinders off, see if I can rebuild them. And that master. I might just see if I can buy one. Because I don't even think I want to try taking this thing apart. Like the top already snapped off when I tried to unscrew it. So you already know this thing's going to be just a hot mess. But I couldn't find my Chevy one, and it's different anyways, because I think the Chevy one bolts on the bottom or something. So I may as well just get one of these. I have a bunch of brake line, so we can run new fittings, or run new lines. I don't know how bad these wheel cylinders are, but we'll find out tomorrow, because hopefully I can rebuild them. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I should just order all hardware for the back. The front looks doable. I don't know if a brake line broke or what happened, why this became the fix. So you know what, I bet you these, this thing's been rammed so hard in there, I bet you all the threads are buggered in there. I bet you. But it's just a regular T. So that's me, no big deal. I probably have one like sitting on the wall here somewhere. Yeah, see, look, I got one right there. Mint. No problem. No problem. We got the front figured out. So, yeah. Anyways, till tomorrow. I'm going to tear all this junk apart tomorrow. See what I need, what I got to order. I do know I got to order a master cylinder, so I'll see if I can get one in town. Otherwise, I'll order it from Rock Auto. Unfortunately, that'll be a couple days before it gets here, but tomorrow we'll know. After work, they actually had a master cylinder for me. So, later tonight, when it cools off a little bit, let's try doing some brakes on this thing. They didn't have any rear brake parts, so I'm going to I'm going to run the line, but I'm going to cap it off. I'm going to order some stuff. They're going to take like a week or so to get here. These I'm going to try to rebuild because the shoes, everything are still good and usable. So I'm going to pop everything apart, clean out the wheel cylinders. If I need, I have some new cups and stuff I can put in there and rerun some new lines, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully we get some front brakes, which will be good enough for the putting around that I do right now until I get the rear stuff. So we might just revisit this whole thing down the road, but for now, that's the main things. Got some spark plugs, Gonna jam those in. I'll have to come up with an air filter. I might have one though. Something that should fit on there. We'll see. We'll see what I got. Too hot for the dogs. They're just sitting on the ground. Let's see if something like that would work. Then at least we got an air filter on it. Huh? You hot? You're hot, right? You got the most hair. Huh? Survey says too big. Dang it. Well, I'm gonna make that fit because I don't know where else I'm ever gonna use that. Hopefully it clears my hood. Guess if it doesn't, it'll just squish and fit underneath there. But I gotta make that fit. Ooh, unless I have, no, those are big. The air oil baths are huge. If I had one that hung off to the side, oh, that'd be a win. Eh, we'll figure that out later. All right. Where there is a will, there's a way. Got an air filter on there. The hood's pretty much gonna hold it down anyways, so that one's good. We got new spark plugs in it, and we got our new master cylinder. So what I'd have to do is pull this bits off of there and put it on this bad boy. Yippers. And then we'll do a quick bench bleed and we can slam it in. Easy peasy. Old master garbage, away it goes. New one is bench bled. I don't have a front line run because I don't know how long I gotta make that, so that one I'm gonna leave. The rear, because I don't have the brakes right now, I've run the line and plugged it, so I'll just run it to the back of the truck, and then when I do get my brake lines and stuff, I can add the brakes on after. I'll be able to just patch it in and just do some simple bleeding at that point. It's mighty hot, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go much further tonight or just take it easy, because I think it's gonna cool down a little more there. It's still like, I don't even know what it is, 30, 32? So, I don't know. It's kind of hot for me. This fan's not doing a lot. So I think I'm gonna come back tomorrow and finish this up. Well, we got the master cylinder in. I decided to pull the drain plug on the tank, and although it's nasty, I don't know. I might try to run the tank yet. We'll see. It'd be nice if I could. I don't know if the original pump's any good, but we'll have to try that. But anyways, New master's in, so now I'm gonna try to take these wheel cylinders out and oh, all these lines are broken. Look at that. Part of the problems. Oh, those are small. Isn't that zany, eh? They'd make something that small. Guess they didn't know better in the day, right? Maybe there's nothing wrong with these suckers. We're here. Let's pull them apart and clean them up. I don't think it's too much trouble to get them off, and then we'll make some new little mini lines for them. Well, I guess this pretty much did this brake job in. When I opened up the one wheel cylinder, it was fine. That's all normal. Somewhere I have the button for the top of there. And then when I opened up the second one, which still half the guts are in there, there was this jimmy rig setup going on. It had this and a bolt in there like that. I mean, I guess that's pretty fancy. Unfortunately, it was just massacred this thing, so it's not gonna work, I think, in the long run. Kind of an interesting fix though. So they must have had this in here like this, to which this went against this. I don't know. It's a whole lot of weirdness going on. That's okay. I guess now I just order parts and I guess I sit and wait a week. Oh well, could be worse things. No biggie. Maybe I'll order some other parts too for it while I'm at it. Seeing how I'm waiting. Oh well. Should have bought the master cylinder then there. Would have saved a lot of money. Figured this would have worked. Should have taken it apart. Oh well. I guess we'll file all this and do what we can. Alright, well, just got home from work. Finally got my parts. I'm missing one wheel cylinder, but it told me that that just came in today. So, we got all new wheel cylinders. Got the front hoses, those little ones, because I was ordering. For some reason, I ordered 2 sets of brake pads. So whatever, I got brake pads that'll outlast the rest of the unit there. No big deal. So we're going to throw a set of these on the back. I think originally I thought it was a 53 and I think it's a 55. At least that's what a buddy of mine told me. So I have brakes for both, but they look the same. So whatever. So I have just the one front one right now. I got both back ones. Apparently my other front one came in. And I have to make this little line because the one was broken. So I got to make another one like that. Shouldn't be a big deal. Then we'll run a new set of lines across, and hey, get that in there, get them bled. We should be good to go. Ready for a boogie. And we can actually stop. Maybe I can get past first gear.
Good thing I accidentally bought the wrong brakes, because turns out the ones I thought I bought were the wrong ones. And never have I struggled with a set of simple brakes as these ones. Holy Dinah, eh? But as you finish it, I figured out the trick to it. So you put your brakes actually all together. Kind of loop them over the top. Well, actually, you can do the bottom one after. But you do your front upper. You gonna make a liar out of me here. All right. We do these. Cut them short. Find my spring. Put your bottom spring on, and then you kind of stretch everything out. These go down below. Come on, baby. Go. Same with this one. And a stretcher in her place. Gotta get on this side. Everything sort of stretches where she's supposed to go, like that. I'm sure there was some kind of tool in the day. That goes there. Got my 9/16. Adjust our brakes in. Fight with this a little bit. Maybe the other way. All I know is we got to get the adjusters out. Grab a ratchet. That'll be easier. No, we want to go the other way. We want to bring them in all the way. Then we'll adjust them again after. Okay. In. Let's bring this one in. Gotta go out before you can go in. Whoop. Oh yeah. Put all your parts back on. That'll make life easier. Is. So we'll just deal with this for now. Go back, hit the adjusters until we get a bit of drag. One down. A little too much. All right, just got to find my stupid screws here. Whatever ones I got left. And then I'm going to connect that center brake line, and then we'll see if we can get some brakes on this thing. All right, well, I had to make a couple brake lines. I didn't bring you through that. But we have this, whatever, I had to make the one line. I put new lines in here. All the other ones seem okay. They don't seem like they're leaking. So the other fittings, all that stuff's worked. I had to put a new line in there, new line in the back. New line on the front, whatever. All that's done. Let's put it that way. What is left is to keep my fuel tank. I'm going to wire in a new fuel pump and run this tank that's now going to sit between the seats. And we'll plumb that thing in, wire it, and we should be good to go, because I think that's where our new Fandangle fuel tank is going to be. I tried to put it under the seat, but it sits too tall. So that would have been cool, but it doesn't work. So maybe I'll work on it a little more, but I don't think so. I think it just needs like a really big sledgehammer, and that would have to be dented the beans. So I was like, easier to put fuel in there like that. So, alrighty. What else? Well, let's get that done. Let's see what else we get. Alrighty, so we've changed all the fluids. I made myself a dipstick, to which you can't see, but I put a little notch on her down there because I filled her up with oil, and that's what it said full was. How many liters? Whatever it was, 4 liters about, you had to put in. So that's full on there. We got some kind of a dipstick thing now. Changed the fluid in the motor, transmission, transfer case, because they were junky. The diffs were still good. I just topped them up. Now we just got to throw tires on. And I got to switch over my fuel system yet. Alrighty, tires are on. I started the fuel pump, but I'm not going to finish that tonight. We'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to tap into this line that I can take this tank out, take this stuff out. Got to do that yet. And then I got to weld this doodad up quick. This mount. Not too worried about this stuff here, because I'm not really going to throw the winch in. Not necessary. We got to seal up this rim a little bit. Hopefully that seals good. And I think we're good for a rip. I got to take some of this stuff out of the shop. That thing's kind of permanent, so I'm hoping I can squeeze through the side there. But we can take her for a little rip and see how she goes in her new Fandangle setup here. Well, we got this sucker all buttoned up. Took her for a good rip. Running good. Well, that's questionable. Still got a bad miss. So I don't know if it's still like flooding it or the plugs have kind of fouled up. Who knows? Gonna look into that. But for the most part, it does everything I want it to do. Pablo approves. Four-wheel drive works good. Brakes work good. I would say it's a win. I have way more storage space than my side-by-side. And this thing will probably go more places. Pretty happy. Pretty happy. It'd be nice if I could get a windshield in it, but it really doesn't go fast enough that that matters. So that's fine too. One day I guess if Lexan or Plexi gets cheap, I can maybe put a piece in there. But anyways, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.